Do you know what this is? This is a toasted coconut ice cream layered with chocolate flake and caramel ribboning that we made last Friday in our Scoop School community sessions. We do stuff every single Friday. If you want to be a part of it, just go on to scoopschool.com, click on community, join the community, and you too could be watching us eat and make this fabulous ice cream. A couple of other things going on. The big ice cream trade show's coming up in November. Tickets are on sale now. That's the National Ice Cream Retailers Association show. Biggest show in the United States. Ice cream, frozen dessert, everything. If you are in the business, want to get in the business, conecon2021.com. conecon2021.com. The link is down below. Seems as though we've got a lot of announcements and we haven't even got to our sponsor yet, of which is the crew at Turnkey Parlor. Neil Williams, the whole crew there, very, very helpful in helping people look at new equipment, used equipment, gelato equipment, premium, soft serve, batch freezers. Check them out. That link is also down below, and we thank you for your episode sponsorship. Now, we get a lot of questions about tempering. And tempering is the process where you're bringing ice cream from a deep freeze situation, maybe it's sitting in a -20, -15, -30 environment for long-term storage, and you want to temper it up so it's scoopable. And what sort of time frame is that? What should you be calculating so far as doing an event? When do I need to start tempering ice cream? Well, let's look at two different scenarios, event stuff and in the store. I had a previous video where we showed that these containers, just your standard Rubbermaid drink container, is a great vehicle for taking ice cream out to special events. So whenever we do an event, we donate ice cream, we scoop ice cream at a charity thing, then we put a 3-gallon bucket in here, take it straight out of our -20 environment, and generally we're looking at about 2 hours to 2.5 hours where the product gets pliable enough to not melt, not lose consistency, but is scoopable. And that's what tempering is. That's bringing it up from a very hard deep freeze situation up where it's kind of that nice consistency where you can scoop it. So you're looking at about 2 hours or 2.5 hours. You take it out of the deep freeze, put it into this container, put the lid on, and just let it sit somewhere for 2 hours. Generally the last half hour or so, I'd take the lid off. Just let that room temperature goodness affect the ice cream nice and naturally. The last thing you want to do is actually put it on a counter to temper, because it tempers from the outside in, and the outside will become very soft. When you go to scoop it, it'll start spinning because the outside is warming quicker than the inside, whereas you get a much more even temperatured thaw, or an even temperatured temper when you're using this. Now you may ask, well, what about in the store, Steve-O? What about in the store? Same kind of deal, although we're looking probably between 6 and 8 hours. So if you're looking at what you've got in your display case and thinking I need to rotate product in, generally you would do that at the end of the night before. Have a look at what you've got here, rotate some product out, maybe scoop it into pints, roll it into bonbons, make cookie sandwiches out of it, and then rotate that fresh one in at the end of the night before. When you get there in the morning, generally that will be nice and pliable and easy to scoop. The thing is, you want to be able to temper up the products as evenly as you can. And I mean, scientifically speaking, it'll never be totally even because that's always going to temper from the outside in. But when you've got the outside sitting at a room temperature environment, that's not very good. So you want to make sure that the environment is cool, whether it be in your dipping cabinet or it's somewhat temperature controlled in a sealed Rubbermaid container. It will temper much more evenly. And the idea is that you want to temper it so that it's easier to scoop, mouthfeel wise it's good, and when you get down to that middle of the bucket it's not rock hard like it would be if you tempered it out on a counter or somewhere else. So tempering ice cream, a lot of people kind of don't factor in that that's one of the really important processes or elements of having good quality ice cream. Batch freezer to the blast freezer to the storage freezer, and then you want to temper that up nicely so it's a nice even consistency in the bucket or in the case. That's all I have to say about that. Again, thank you to our episode sponsor, Turnkey Parlour. Look, if you've got a problem that you'd like us to solve for you in the ice cream world, just leave a comment down below. We love the comments. We try and get to all of them. We get a lot of emails from people. So generally, all of these questions and all of the topics that we have for our podcasts and these sessions are questions from you, the humble ice cream shop owner. That's all we have. Thanks again. Keep on scooping. See you in the next video.